Let's begin part 1, starting right from the opening of Shin-chan, the movie, Our Dinosaur Diary 2024, using a subtitle script as the base but expanded into a long, detailed narrator style storytelling. I'll include all the main character, their actions, emotions, and scene atmosphere. Part 1, The beginning of a strange summer. The movie begins with a bright and lively morning in Koskube. The familiar world of Shin-chan is introduced in a cheerful yet ordinary way. Shinsuke Nohara, our mischievous 5-year-old hero, wakes up lazily, stretching his little arms while the sunlight streams into his messy bedroom. His dog Zero is curled up beside him, waggling his tail, already awake and alert. In contrast, Shin-chan is half asleep, mumbling nonsense and stretching his head, already showing that silly, carefree side of his personality that we know such well. Downstairs, Mise, Shin-chan's overworked but caring mother, is already busy in the kitchen preparing breakfast. She yells for the Shin-chan to get up properly, her voice filled with that mixture of frustration and love she always has for him. Hiroshi, his father, is sitting with the newspaper and sipping his morning coffee, trying to stay calm while chaos brews in the background. Himauri, the baby of the family, is crawling around, grabbing random things, making small sound and adding to the everyday noisy atmosphere of the Nohara household. Breakfast becomes its usual battlefield. Shinchan refuses to eat neatly, makes jokes and distracts everyone with his nonsense, while Mise scold him and Hiroshi try to keep the peace of the scene. Feels like any ordinary breakfast becomes its usual battlefield. Shin-chan refuses to eat neatly, makes jokes, and distracts everyone with his nonsense, while Mise scolds him and Hiroshi tries to keep this peace. This scene feels like any ordinary day for the Nohara family, messy, loud, but full of warmth. The audience settles into this familiar tone, unaware that this ordinary summer is about to take an extraordinary turn. Soon Shinchan and his friends, the Kosuke Defense Squad, gather. Kajama, Nini, Masao, and Buchan joins him as they talk excitedly about summer vacation. Kajama, being the serious one, mentions studying and homework, while Shinchan immediately ignores him and starts talking about fun, food, and playing. Nini gets irritated and scolds Shinchan for not being serious. Masao timidly agrees with Kajama, and Bochan, as always, gives his calm and strange one liner. Their personalities clash, but their bond is strong, setting up the heart of the story. This group of the children is about to face something far bigger than themselves. Their summer vacation takes an unexpected twist when they come across something unusual, a mysterious small dinosaur. This is Nana, the creature who will change their lives. At first, they don't even realize how special she is. They just see a small, strange being that looks lost and helpless. Shin-chan, despite his usual silly behavior, shows his nature kindness. He immediately wants to protect her, calling her cute and making silly jokes to lighten the situation. His friends, though shocked and little scared, slowly agree to help after seeing Shin-chan's determination. As the kid decide to take care of the Nana secretly, the narration begins hinting at a large world beyond Koskebe. Somewhere far away, On the Dinosaur Island, scientists and business leaders are working with living dinosaurs. It is introduced that Bubble Odorki, the founder of the island, has created a space where dinosaurs are revived and showcased, supposedly for study and admiration. But beneath that glamorous image, there are hints of darker motives. The audience is given a glimpse of Emonor Ito, the operations chef, who views the dinosaur not as living beings but as property. His cold attitude contrasts with Shin-chan's warmth, setting up the conflict that will define the story. Meanwhile, back in Koskobe, Shin-chan and his friends struggle to keep Nana a secret. Zero, the family dog, seems to understand more than the children and help protect her too. The kids share snacks with Nana, laugh when she makes cute sound, slowly bond with her. Every little action, like Shin-chan imitating her voice, or Masao nervously petting her, shows how this dinosaur is becoming part of their group. The defense squad does not fully realize it yet, but they have started a journey that will test their courage, friendship, and love for life itself. The secret of Nana and the shadows of Dino's Island, Part 2. The next chapter of the story opens with Shin-chan and the Koskobe Defense Squad spending their summer days hiding Nana, the tiny dinosaur, from the adults. They are gathered in their secret base, a small playground corner surrounded by bushes and trees, where they usually play pretend. But this time, instead of just playing games, they are whispering about something very real and very strange. Nana sits quietly in front of them, her large round eyes blinking curiously as she tilts her head at the children. She lets out small, soft sound, almost like a baby calling out, and this makes kids instantly soften towards her. Shin-chan is the first to act boldly. He pulls out some snacks from his pocket, breaking them into pieces and offering them to Nana. She sniffs at them, hesitates, and then happily nibbles, wagging her little tail in joy. The children burst into laughter. Even Kajama, who is usually serious and cautious, cannot help but smile at the sight. Nini, with her motherly instincts, immediately starts treating Nana as she's a baby doll, trying to put, try, trying to pet her carefully. Masao is nervous, afraid Nana might bite, but when she gently nudges him, his fear melts away. Buchan, as always, speaks slowly in his deep voice, saying something strange but surprisingly wise about how she feels warm like the earth. The bonding scene shows how quickly Nana becomes part of their group. She is not just a dinosaur to them, she is a friend, a creature they feel responsible for. Shin Chan, with his innocent and surprisingly strong heart, takes on the role of her silly jokes and playful actions, mask a genuine kindness. The children make a pact they will keep Nana a secret from the adults and protect her all the cost. Meanwhile, far away from Koskobe, Dino's Island is introduced in more detail, a grand facility built with cutting edge technology. It is presented to the world as a paradise where dinosaurs live again. The founder Bubble Odorki is shown in flashy promotional videos, smiling and boasting about how dinosaurs can now be admired and studied. Thanks to his vision, tourists and visitors are amazed by the sight of giant creature walking the earth again. On the surface, Dino's Island looks like a dream come true. But behind the polished image, the darker truth begins to appear. Emonor Ito, the chef of operation, the chief of operation, I'm sorry, is shown in meeting with scientists and guards. His expression is cold and calculating. To him, dinosaurs are not living beings with feeling and vulnerability assets to bring fame and profit to the island. He speaks sternly about tracking lost specimens, his voice sharp and commanding. When a report comes in that a small dinosaur is missing, he immediately orders his men to find it. The Trilobite squad, his loyal enforcers, prepare to head out. Their role is clear: recover what belongs to Dinos Island, no matter what. Back in Koskobe, the children's bond with Nana grows strongly day by day. They discover that she loves to follow them around, imitating their movements and making cute sounds whenever she is happy. Shin-chan of Shin-chan of course teaches her silly dances and poses, making everyone laugh until their sides hurt. Nini tries to train her in more disciplined ways, as if she were raising a pet, while Kajama insisting on keeping notes about her behavior, treating it like a scientific project. Masao continues to worry, always imagining the worst, but even he cannot resist Nana's charm. Wuchan quietly observes as though he senses the deeper connection between Nana and the earth itself. However, the challenge of hiding Nana begins to grow. At home, Mise noticed Shin-chan sneaking around more than usual, and she became suspicious. Hiroshi, reading his newspaper, comments absentedly about strange sounds coming from Shin-chan's room. Himauri, the baby, seems especially fascinated by Nana's whenever she gets a glimpse, crawling towards her with excitement. Zero, the dog, takes his role seriously, barking to warn when adults are nearby, as if he truly understands the secret they are keeping. This part of the story carefully balances with the warmth of friendship with the tension of danger. The children are happy, laughing, and feeling like heroes for protecting Nana, but the audience is aware of the storm that is approaching. Dino's Island is on the move, and Amonor Ito will not rest until Nana is back under his control. The narration makes it clear this is no longer just a summer vacation. This is beginning of an adventure where children must face powerful adults, corporations, and even the very questions of whether dinosaurs have the right to live freely. Part 3: Shadows at the Doorstep. The days pass with Shinchan and his friends sneaking Nana around Koskobe, but things are not as simple as before. It, at first, the secret felt exciting, like a game. Every time they met in their playground race, they whispered, giggled, and took turns feeding Nana. But slowly, they began to realize how difficult it is to keep such a big secret from the grown ups. One morning, Sinchan tries to smuggle Nana into the house by wrapping her in a blanket and pretending she's a giant stuffed toy. Mise notices him struggling up the stairs and immediately becomes suspicious. She calls out, asking what he is hiding. Sinchan panics, making excuses in his usual silly way, wiggling his eyebrows and saying it's just exercise equipment. But when Nana makes a small squeaking sound, and from inside the blanket, Mise narrows her eyes. Before she can investigate further, Zero starts barking loudly and distracts her. giving Shin-chan just enough time to sneak Nana safely into his room. Meanwhile, Hiroshi notices Zero acting strangely and hears odd noises during the night. Himawari crawls around trying to find Nana, giggling as if she already knows the family is hiding something. The comedy of daily life continues, but there is always tension underneath. It feels like Nana could be discovered at any moment. The Koskava defenses the Koskava defense squad actually also faces challenges. When they play outside, they have to make excuses for why Nana follows them around. Sometimes they cover her with a cloak, pretending she's just a strange looking fate. Sometimes they distract curious people with wild stories. Kajama worries constantly, warning that if adults find out, they might take Nana away. Nini tries to stay positive, treating Nana like a part of their club, but even she can't deny the danger. At the same time, Dino's island begin making moves in the background. Inside a grand high-tech command room, Amnor Ito looks at a large map with blinking dots that shows the signal of dinosaurs. One signal has gone missing. The small dinosaur that escaped his expression tightens. He does not see Nana as a living being in need of care. He sees her as lost property, something that belongs to the island. He calls for his henchmen, the Trilobite Squad. The Trilobite Squad is introduced here as a group of elite enforcers. I mean like the biggest of police who were finding Nana, and each with their own cooks, cooks, but united in their loyalty to Anmar. They receive orders to track down the missing dinosaurs and bring it back alive. Their methods are harsh and they move with military presence. The audience can sense the danger. These are not people who care about children or kindness. They were professionals, and once they set their eyes on Koskove, trouble is guaranteed. The contrast is sharp while Shin-chan and his friends laugh, play, and share snacks with Nana under the warm summer sun. The Trilbite squad is preparing to invade their peaceful world. It is like two storylines running side by side in inconvenience versus control, friendship versus greed, and they are about to collide. Soon the news begins to spread through Koskobe that strange people have been seen asking questions in the neighborhood. Some say that they are researchers, others say they are government officials, but their presence makes people uneasy. Mise overhears rumors and casually mentions them at home, wondering if something strange is happening in the town. Shin-chan listens carefully, realizing these strangers might be looking for Nana. He does not tell Mise anything, but his determination grows stronger. For once, his silly, mischievous nature turns serious, and so by the end of the calm days are nearly over, Shin-chan and his friends still laughs and play, but the shadows of Dino Island has already reached Koskave. The peaceful bond with Nana is now under threat. The real adventure is all about to begin. The calm Koskave is broken when sleek black vehicles roll into town. The Trilobite squad has arrived. They do not look like ordinary people. Their movements are sharp, uniform, and controlled. Each one wears matching uniforms with the Dinos Island sign on their chest. Their eyes scan the street and the machine like coldness, noting every sound, every hint of movement. Children are playing in the park, freeze as they pass by, feeling an unnatural chill. Adults stop and stare but quickly look away, sensing trouble. No one knows who they are exactly, but everyone can tell they are not here for friendly reasons.
Inside one of the vehicles, the leader of the squad looks at a tablet screen showing Nana's faint energy signature. Amonor Ito's voice echoes over the radio, calm but firm, instructing them to locate the creatures quickly without mistakes. To him, this is not a rescue, it is a retrieval mission. Nana is property, nothing more. At the same time, Shin-chan and the Koskovi defense squad are in their usual playground hideout, feeding Nana and laughing. Shin-chan tries to make Nana dance by holding snacks above her head. Kajama, however, is on edge. He has heard adults whispering in the neighborhood about suspicious people. He warns the group that their secret is too risky, but Shin-chan brushes it off with his usual goofy confidence, saying things like, "Don't worry, I'm the number one protector of the cute dinosaur." His childish bravado makes the other laugh, but deep down they all know Kajama is right. The tension breaks when Zero suddenly starts barking loudly, his fur standing up. Nana tilts her head, sensing danger. Then, from beyond the playground fence, the shadow of a trilobite agent appears. The child falls silent. One after another, more agents step into view, blocking the exit. The squad wastes no time. They know exactly what they are after. Their leader points at Nana, and without any hesitation, they begin to close in. They move in formation like wolves, circling prey. And panic spreads among the kid. Ninne clutches her doll tightly, trembling. As usual, like kid. They are scared. Nene clutches her doll tightly and trembling. Buchan, usually calm, holds onto Nana's side protectively. Kazama's mind races, trying to think of a plan, and Shinchan, though scared, steps forward with his arms stretched wide, standing between Nana and the approaching agents. His childish voice echoes with surprising determination as he declares that they will never let anyone take Nana away. The agents don't slow down. One of them pulls out a net launching gun. The sound of mechanism clicking sends fear through the group. Nana squeaks in distress and prays against Sinchan as if trusting him completely. Just as the net is fired, Sinchan acts without thinking. He trips, falls in his usually clumsy way, but his silly accident actually makes the net miss its target. The kid sees the chance. Kajama shouts that they need to run. Wuchan grabs Nana, and together they dash through the small gaps between the agents. The chase begins, as usual. The streets of Koskobit turns into a battleground. The children sprint through alleys, knocking over trash cans and jumping fences, while the trilobite squad follows with unretelling reasons. Cars screech to a halt as a agent storm through intersections. The Coscow Defenses Squad knows the neighborhood better than anyone. They use every shortcut, every narrow pathway, every secret hiding spot they have ever discovered. Obviously, they were living there for years, right? Sinchan even distracts an agent by doing his silly dance, buying just enough time for Nana to be carried away by Kajama and Wuchan. The comedy mixed with genuine danger because, unlike their usual games, this time the stakes are real. Finally, out of it, the kids duck into an abandoned shed on the outskirts of town. They lock the door, panting, their heads pounding. Nana presses close to them, trembling. Outside, the sounds of agents searching grows louder. They are safe for the moment, but the reality sinks in. The trilobite squad will not stop until Nana is captured. The children look at each other. They are scared, but the bond between them, Nana has defended. They realize they cannot just hide forever. From this point on, they must fight to protect her. no matter what.
The shed where the kids hide feels too small, too fragile against the threat outside. Dust floats in the narrow beam of the sunlight through a crack in the roof. Zero growls softly, his ears twitching at every sound beyond the thin wooden wall, trying to, like hear what's happening outside. And Nini clutches her doll like a shield, her face pale. Kajama, though exhausting, is thinking rapidly. He knows the Trilobite squad will not give up. If they stay in Costco, everyone will soon know about Nana and the agent will take her away. Shin-chan, sitting on the floor with his usual silly posture, seems oddly calm. He pokes at Nana's nose, trying to cheer her up, and says in his innocent tone that they just need to protect their new friend, Nana. But beneath the goofiness, his eyes show something rare, real determination to save Nana. The others notice it, and that gives them courage. Sinchan tilts his head curiously and asks if they are superheroes. Billy smirks and simply says they are here to help, and like no less than a hero, of course. Before the kids can process it all, shouts ring out. The Trilobite squad has found them. Angela wastes no time, signals to Billy, and the two spring into action. For the children, it's like watching an action movie come alive. Billy blocks agents with powerful moves, while Angela uses agility and strategy, leading them in circles. They are clearly professionals. In the chaos, Willie yells for the kids to get into their jeep. The group hesitates only for a moment. Shin-chan, holding Nana tightly, shouts, "All board!" and in his silly voice, and everyone scrambles into the vehicle. Zero leaves in last, his tail wagging nervously. The jeep roars to life, and with a sharp turn, Angela speeds them out of Cuscovay. The children look back through the dusty window, watching their familiar town disappear behind them. The agents give chase in their black vehicle, and Angela's driving is unmatched. She swerves through narrow roads, jumps across uneven paths, and even uses a construction site shortcut to block their pursuers. The ride is terrifying but thrilling. Nene screams, clutching her doll tighten they than ever. Kazama shouts instructions as if he know better than Angela, though his voice cracks in panic. Wuchand calmly munches on the snack, somehow kept during the chows, while Sinchan laughs like it's a roller coaster ride. He was having fun, after all. Even Nana seems to enjoy the rush, sticking her small head out of the window for a brief moment. Finally, after what feels like forever, they lose the agents. The jeep slows down near the edge of a long road that leads to the countryside. The sun is beginning to set, painting the sky with stripes of orange and pink. It was evening. For a moment, silence feels there. Billy explains that Tino's island is the origin of everything happening. Ito, the head of the facility, has been receiving dinosaurs of his own gain, and Nana is one of them. But unlike the others, she somehow found her way out, escaping the cold control of the island. That's why the Trilobite squad is so desperate they want to bring her back under their command. Angela adds that the island is dangerous, filled with revived dinosaurs and guarded by Ito's people. But if the children truly want to protect Nana, that's where they must go. The kids listen intently. Fear mixes with excitement. For them, leaving Costco feels like stepping into another world, like one of their daydream adventures. Only this time it's real. Kajama hesitates, listen all the risk, but Sinchan interrupts with a wide grin, declaring that they will go where the Nana needs to them. And so
With the decision made, the jeep continues down the road. The lights of Koskove fade behind them, replaced by the vast unknown horizon. The children huddle together, with Nana resting peacefully among them. The jeep rumbles along an empty coastal road. The children lean against each other, exhausted after the chase. Outside the window, the land begins to change. The tall buildings and neighborhoods of Koskove are long gone, replaced by stretches of countryside, fields of green roll by, with birds flying low over rivers that simmer in the fading sunlight. Nana, sitting between Shin-chan and Nini, stirs quickly. Her small body glows faintly in the dim light, a sign that she's no ordinary creature. Shin-chan pats her gently on the head and whispers, promises only a child could make, things like giving her his pudding and protecting her forever and ever. The other glance at him, half annoyed, half comforted, because deep down they know Shin-chan means it. How hours passes. At last, the jeep pulls up near a guarded fort. Beyond it, the dark ocean stretches out endlessly. But on the horizon, there is something unusual, a faint outline of an island shrouded in mist. The atmosphere feels heavy, almost mythical. The children lean forward, wide eyed. Angela lowers her voice, explains that this is Dinosaur Island, the place where Amonor Ito has revived creature that should belong only to the past. She warns them that once they set foot there, there is no turning back easily. The words weigh heavy, but Sinchan breaks this tension with his silly grin, declaring that it sounds super cool. His light-heartedness makes everyone chuckle nervously, releasing the fear in the air. At the fort, Billy arranges their passage in secret. They board a small cargo ship under the cover of night. The vessel creaks and groans as it pushes through the waves. The children huddle on the deck, wrapped in the blankets Angela provided. The night sky is clear, dotted with stars, and the moonlight glimmers on the surface of the sea. For a few quick moments, the children talk among themselves. Nini wonder aloud if they will steal huge dinosaur like in her picture book. Kajama insists it will be dangerous and they should keep strategies ready. Buchan simply says he hopes they have food there. Sinchan, however, is focused on Nana, trying to keep her warm against the cool breeze. They as dawn approaches, the ship finally reaches the misty outline. The closer they get, the more the island reveals itself. Towering cliffs rise from the sea, their tops hidden in the clouds. The ship anchors in a hidden cove. Willie helps the children down onto the rocky shores, while Angela keeps watching. As their feet touches the sand, the children realize they are standing in a world that should not exist. Every step is filled with awe and fear. Almost immediately, they hear something in the distance, a low rumbling sound, like thunder rolling across the sky. The ground trembles slightly under their feet. The children freeze from thick jungle. Ahead, a massive shadow emerges. Trees sway and crack as a dinosaur, tall, majestic, with long neck stretching toward the three stops, steps into view. Its scale glistens in the sunlight, and its eyes reflect both gentleness and ancient power. The children gasp. Nini clutches her doll, whispering is disbelief. Kazama pulls out his notebook to scribble observation, though his hands shake too much to write properly. Buchan simply stares with his mouth wide open. Even Shin-chan, who always jokes, is turned into silence for a few seconds. Then he blurts out, "It's like a super big giraffe," which breaks the tension again. Nana, whoever reacts differently, she squeals honestly and happily and wiggles in Shin-chan's arm as if calling out the large dinosaur. The creature notices Nana and lowers its long neck, sniffing curiously at the tiny dinosaur. The moment feels like a reunion. Two beings from the same world recognizing each other. Willie steps forward, cautioning the children to stay quiet. He explains that not all dinosaurs on this island are friendly. Some have been altered, controlled, and disturbed by those experiments, but this one seems peaceful, content to march on treetop leaves. As they move deeper into the jungle, the group witness more dinosaur herds and triceratops grazing, flocks of strange winged reptiles flying overhead, even a glimpse of something with sharp teeth lurking in the shadows. Each sight in the both breathtaking and terrifying. But the wonder does not last long. Angela suddenly halts, signaling danger through the dense fog. They spot movement, agents of the Trilobite squad. They are patrolling in the island, armed and alert, searching for intruders. Ito clearly anticipated their arrival. The children's hearts race. Billy quickly heads them off the main path, guiding them through beans and thick undergrowth. The forest is alive with sound, creeps, roars, and rustles. At last, they find shelter in a cave hidden behind a waterfall. Exhausted, the children collapse inside while Nana nestle close to Shin-chan. Willie tells them to rest because tomorrow they will need to face the heart of the island, the facility where Ito controls everything. The cave fills with the soft sound of rushing water outside. The children drift to sleep, their dreams filled with dinosaur agents and the unknown trial ahead. Morning light filters through the cracks of the waterfall cave, creating streaks of gold that dance across the damp stone wall. The children slowly wake up one by one. Shinchan is the last, as usual, snoring loudly with Nana resting comfortably on his belly. Nini is the first to shake him awake, scolding him for sleeping too soundly in a place that could be crawling with dinosaurs and enemies. Shinchan responds with a sleepy joke, which earns him a smack from Nini's toy hammer. Despite this scolding, everyone laughs softly. It feels good to have a little normalcy before the dangers ahead. Billy gathers them around. He sketches a rough map on the cave floor using a stick. His voice is serious as he explains that Dino's island has two sides. The outer lands, which they have just seen, are filled with dinosaurs roaming free, but at the core of the island, Ito's research facility, hidden in the dense jungle. That's where most of the captured dinosaurs are kept, and likely where Ito will try to lock Nana away if they don't act first. Angela adds that the facility is heavily guided with patrol routes, cameras, and even genetically altered dinosaurs used as watchdogs. She warns the children that this is not going to be the game. They will need courage and teamwork to move ahead. Kajama, ever the thinker, begins planning aloud, suggesting they observe guard routines and stay hidden. Nini, fired up by the thought of protecting Nana, says she is ready to fight anyone if it comes to that. Buchan yearns, saying simply, "Food first, then fight." Shinchan, however, declares that he is the hero of this movie, making everyone roll their eyes. But despite his silliness, his words give them a strange kind of courage. They step out of the cave and into the jungle. The morning air is thick with humidity, and the sounds of wildlife echo around them. Creeps, roars, splashes of creatures moving unseen. As they walk, the group passes towering ferns and vines as thick as ropes. Every few minutes, they spot a dinosaur in the distance. One moment, they see a group of small chicken sized dinosaurs darting between bushes, chasing insects. Another time, they freeze as a sta- massive storm slowly across the path, its five tails swinging with dinosaurs force. The children hold their breaths until it passes, their hearts racing. The counts the fast real scares. While, clo- while crossing a shallow river, the water suddenly ripes violently. Shin-chan, being playful, slashes Nini, who screams in annoyance. But before anyone can scold him, something bursts out of the water. A crocodile-like dinosaur with long jaws, rows of sharp teeth. It longs straight towards them. Panic explodes. Kazama screams for everyone to run. Buchan sleeps on a rock and nearly falls, but Shinchan grabs his arm at the last second, pulling him to safety. Willy fires a flare gun into the air, the bright lights starting the creature just long enough for them to scramble back to the shore. Their hearts pound as the beast disappear under the water with a hiss, leaving only ripples behind. Angela scolds Sinchan, warning him to take things seriously. For once, he looks second and quietly nods. The encounter reminds them that this island is not a playground. It is a place where every wrong step could be their last. As they continue deeper, they notice something unusual. Parts of the jungle look unnatural. Large fences, half hidden by plants, strange metallic towers, distinguished as trees, and cameras blinks faint red lights. It's clear that Ito's Ito's facility is spreading its control across the island, altering nature for its purposes. Finally, they reach a high cliff overlooking a valley. What they see below takes their breath away. Dozens of dinosaurs are gathered in a massive enclosure surrounded by electrified fences. Raptors, even flying pterosaurs, all trapped, facing restlessly and sitting with dull eyes. This sight breaks the children's heart. Nini grieves her fist tightly, muttering that it's wrong to lock up such magnificent creature. Kazama shakes his head, whispering that Ito isn't just reviving dinosaurs, he's exploiting them. Suddenly, movement below catches their eye. A group of trilobite squad agents march into the enclosure, leading a captured dinosaur, and behind them, working with calm authority, is Amonor Ito himself. He wears a sharp suit. Despite the heat, his eyes cold and calculating. His presence alone makes the air feel heavier. The children duck low behind the rocks, watching carefully. They hear Ito's voice echo across the valley. He speaks proudly about controlling dinosaurs, about how humanity must master them rather than let them roam free. His words are filled with arrogance, threatening the creatures are not as living beings but as weapons, the business assets. Shin-chan whispers angrily, calling him a bad uncle. Even the usually calm Buchan mutters that Ito's feels scary. Nana hides her face in Shin-chan's arm, trembling slightly as if she senses the danger more strongly than anyone else. Angela's eyes narrow. She explains quietly that Ito does not just want to protect dinosaurs, he wants to control evolution itself. That's why Nana is in danger. She is not just cute little dinosaur to him. She is a key piece in his twisted dream. The children exchange nervous glances. They know Now that is this mission is bigger than they imagined. Protecting Nana means standing against a man who reshaped the world for his ambition. The valley, the valley below grows tense as Ito gives order to his squad. More dinosaurs are dragged in, more machines hum to life, and the facility looms as an unshakable fortress. The children grasp their fists tighter, knowing their biggest challenge lies just ahead. The children stay hidden on the cliff, watching Amonarito and his squad below. The sight of so many dinosaurs locked up burns into their minds. Even Shin-chan, usually carefree, falls quiet. He looks at Nana and in his arms softly promises that he won't let anyone take her away. Billy breaks the silence. His voice is low, serious. If they want to save Nana, and the other dinosaurs, they cannot just watch from the shadows anymore. They must take action. Angela agrees, though she warns them again. This is no game. The Trilobite squad are professionals and they won't hesitate to capture anyone who gets in their way. Kajama gulps nervously. His brain races with strategies, thinking about guard patterns and escape routes. Nini, however, pounds her fists together, saying she is not afraid. If they try to take Nana, I'll crush them, she declares boldly, though her voice trembles a little. Fuchan just says, hungry, but his calmness somehow steadies the group. As night falls, they begin their approach. The jungle grows darker, filled with the calls of nocturnal creatures. Fireflies blink softly, guiding their way. Billy leads the group, his senses sharp. Angela right behind him with a tranquilizer gun slung over the shoulder. The kids crouch low, their hearts pounding with each step. Soon they reach the outer fringe of the facility. The tall metal wires hum with electricity, glowing faintly in the dark. A red warning light spins lazily on the top of nearby tower. Shin-chan whistling softly, joking that it looks like a giant bug zapper. Angela quickly hushes him. Kazama points out a narrow maintenance gap where the wires don't reach the ground. It's risky, but it might be their only way inside. One by one, they crawl under the fence, holding their breath, terrified of touching the wires. Shin-chan makes it last, pretending to get stuck halfway for a laugh, but Nini yanks him forward before the guards can notice. Inside, the facility feels completely different from the jungle outside. Cold metallic walls rise from the earth. Spotlights sweep across the area, and patrols in Trilobite squad. Uniforms march in pairs, holding batons and rifles. The smell of oil and machineries replaces the fresh scent of the forest. It's like stepping into another world. The children hide behind crates, moving from shadow to shadow. They peek around corners and spot cages filled with smaller dinosaurs, some crippling softly, some scratching desperately at the bars. The sight makes Nana squirm uncomfortably in Sinchan's arm, whimpering softly. Sinchan hugs her tighter, whispering that they will free everyone soon. But then, disaster. While sneaking past a storage ahead, Wuchan accidentally kicks an empty can. The metallic clank echoes through the night. Everyone freezes. Sinchan tries to cover the noise with a silly dance, but it's so late. A pair of Trilobite squad guards turn sharply, their flashlights beaming right towards the children. Who's there? One of the guards shouts. Panic erupts. Billy signals for everyone to scatter. Kajama and Nini dash left. Wuchan and Shin-chan sprint right with Nana, while Angela stays back to cover them. The guards give chase, their footsteps pounding against the concrete. Nini, running alongside Kajama, spots a house coiled against the wall. With quick thinking, she grabs it and sprays water into the faces of the guards, chasing them. The men slip and tumble, crashing into each other. Nini grins triumphantly, while Kajama fans trying to keep up. Meanwhile, Shin-chan and Buchan turns a corner, run straight into the another pair of guards. The men reach out to grab them, but Shin-chan does something unexpectedly. He trips on purpose, sliding between the guard's legs while holding Nana above his head. The guards stumble in confusion, and Buchan calmly swings a great lead, knocking one of them over Shin-chan, calling Buchan a silent samurai. Across the yard, Angela fires a tranquilizer dart with perfect aim. Another guard collapses before he can sound the alarm. She motions for Billy and the kids to regroup, but before they can escape, a shadow falls over them from the central gate and of the facility. More guards pour out. Leading them is a taller, intimidating figure with a scar across his cheek, one of the elite commanders of the Trilobite Squad. His presence alone make the children blood run out. You kid think you can play heroes of the island? He growls. His voice is deep and commanding. With a flick of his hand, he signals the squad to surround them. The children huddle together back against the cage of roaring triceratops. For a moment, it seems like everything is over. But then, Shin-chan steps forward, standing between the guards and Nana. His knees are shaking, but his face is set in determination. You cannot have her, he says. She's our friend. The guards laugh at him, but something about his stubborn courage makes even the commander pause. For the first time, Shin-chan is not just being silly, he's deadly dangerous. The night air is tense. The circle of guards closes tighter around the Shin-chan and his friends. The commander of the Trilobite squad, tall and broad-shouldered, with his scar catching the glow of the floodlight, raises his baton. His cold eyes flicker between the children and Nana, the baby dinosaur trembling in the Shin-chan's arm. Angela steps forward, weapon ready, her stance steady. Billy crouches low, fists clenched, every muscle in his body taut like a spring. He whispers to the kid to stay behind him, but Shin-chan does not budge. His little legs shakes, but he holds Nana close like a shield of love, glaring at the commander with unexpected bravery. The commander smirks, hand over the creature, and maybe we'll let you go. He says, his voice echoes off the metal walls. Shin-chan shakes his head furiously, his cheeks puffing out. No way. Nana is family now, and we do not give away our family. The declaration sparks the fight. The guards launch forward. The guards launch forward. Angela moves fast, her dart gun firing with precision. Two guards drop instantly, their bodies collapsing silently onto the concrete. Billy charges next, leaping into the air with surprising agility. His fists connect with the jaw of another guard, sending the man sprawling. The commander growls, signaling his men to focus on the children. Kazuma, panicking, grabs a wooden board and waves it. His knees knock together, but when a guard comes too close, he accidentally swings so hard the man's helmet goes flying. Kazama freezes, shocked at his own strength, then lets out a shaky laugh. I mean, to do that. Nini grabs a broom from against the wall and swings it widely, yelling battle cries. She is clumsy, but her sheer determination makes her unpredictable. One guard ducks her strike, only to get jabbed in the stomach by her follow through. That's what you get for messing with Nana, she yells triumphantly. Wuchan comes as well as always, simply picks up a loose bucket and hurls it at a guard's head. The man drops instantly. Wuchan then munches on a snack he had tucked in his pocket, unfazed by the chaos. Meanwhile, Shin-chan runs in circles, holding Nana tightly. The guards chase him, but his unpredictable jigas and sudden squats throw them off balance. He even taunts them with silly faces, causing one guard to stumble into another in his own strange way. Sinchan turns the battle into a game of tag and it works. But the commander is not fooled. He strides forward, ignoring the scuffle. His eyes locked on Sinchan, he raises his baton and swings down hard. At the last second, Billy blocks the strike, his arms shaking from the force. The two clash fiercely, the commander's sheer strength pushing Billy back step by. Angela reloads her gun quickly, firing darts to keep the other guards at bay. Sinchan, get out of there. She shouts, but Sinchan refuses. I won't leave Nana. The battle intensifies. Lights flashes. Aj alarms start blaring, triggered by the commotions. More guards pour into the yard, their boots pounding against the concrete. The children realize they are badly outnumbered. Even with Angela's skill, Billy's strength, they cannot hold forever. Nana squalls loudly in Sinchan's arms, sensing the danger. The sound echoes through the facility, high pitched and desperate. For a moment, everything seems hopeless thou- until a roar shakes the ground. From the cages around them, the larger dinosaur begins to react to Nana's cry. A triceratops slams its horns against the bars, shaking the entire structure. The commander snarls in frustration, realizing the dinosaurs are responding to Nana's distress, and they all dash towards a service tunnel at the edge of the yard. Guards give chase, but the chaos caused by the dinosaurs buys them precious time. Sinchan leads the group, Nana clutched tight, his little legs pumping as fast as they can. As they disappear into the shadows of tunnel, the commander slams his baton against the ground in fury. Find them, he roars. They will not leave the island alive. The tunnel is pitch dark. The only light comes from the faint emergency lamps scattered along the walls, flickering like dying candles. The children's footsteps echoes, a mix of hurried taps and nervous scuffles. Sinchan, still clutching Nana, tries to keep his spirits up by humming a silly tune, but his voice shakes and exhausting. Angela walk, Angela walk in front, her weapon ready, scanning every corner. Billy follows behind her, acting as both protector and shield, keeping the kids in the middle of the group. Sweat drips down his forehead, but he stays quiet, his sharp eyes darting back and forth. Kajama whispers nervously, what if there are more guards down there? His voice bounces off the narrow walls, making it sound louder than intended. Nini shosses him quickly. Don't scare Nana. She's already trembling. She strokes the baby dinosaur's head, her motherly instincts kicking in, though her hands are shaking too. Wuchan, as usual, seems calm. He waddles along, sucking on a candy he found in his pocket. Every now and then, he glances at the damp stone walls as if he is not surprised at all. to be in this strange situation. The tunnel twists and turns, the air growing colder and heavier. Strange noises, drip of water, distant mechanical clangs, the low hum of unseen mechanics surrounded them. Finally, they reached a massive steel door with warning signs plastered across it. Angela kneels down, inspecting the lock. This is not just a maintenance tunnel. She mutters it leads deeper into the research facility. Shin-chan's eyes widen with curiosity. Maybe they are hiding snacks behind it. He jokes, trying to lighten the mood. But when Nana whispers again, everyone knows this is not game anymore. Angela manages to override the lock with a small gadget, and the door groans open, revealing a long descending staircase. The air inside is colder still, and faint blue glows shifts upward. They carefully step down, their footsteps muffled by the concrete. At the bottom lies a hidden underground laboratory. The walls are lined with enormous glass tanks, each one filled with bubbling liquid. Shapes float inside, unhatched dinosaur embryos suspended in the eerie stillness. Kajama nerdly faints. They are making dinosaurs down there. He stammers like cloning them. His teeth chatter, but his eyes remain glued to the tanks. Angela frowns, her brow forward. This is worse than I thought. The Dinos Island is not just a sanctuary. They are mass producing dinosaurs, treating them like experiments. Billy clenches his fists, rage flashing in his eyes. No wonder. They wanted Nana. She's proved their process work. Shin-chan steps closer to one of the tanks, pressing his little hand against the glass. Inside, the baby raptor floats, its tiny claws twitching slightly as if dreaming. For once, Shin-chan does not make a joke. His face is serious, almost sad. They are, they are like Nana, but trapped. Suddenly, a loud alarm blares. Red light flashes across the lab. The door behind them slams shut. Automatically, with a deafening clang, a voice booms from hidden speakers. Smooth yet mechanic. It's Amonor Ito, the trust mastermind behind Dino's Island. So you have found my little secret, the voice says, dripping with mockery. Children, strays, all daring to interfere with progress, admirable but foolish. The children freeze. Nana squeals loudly, sensing the danger. Angela raises her weapon, glaring around the lab. Show yourself, Ito, she demands. His chuckle fills the chamber. Why would I? You are already where I want you to be, surrounded. And soon, out of options. As he speaks, hidden doors slide open around the lab, and members of the Trilobite squad march in, their footsteps synchronized, their visitor glowing under the red light. The group is trapped again, but this time there is no easy way out. Shin-chan hugs Nana tighter, his little heart pounding. Everyone steels themselves for what coming. The battle at the surface was only a warm-up. This is the true heart of Dinosaur Island. The real fight is only beginning. The underground lab glows in pulses of red from the alarms. The children huddle close. Their eyes were wide with fear, while Angela and Billy stand in front of their like a shield. The trilobite squad spreads out, surrounding them in a circle, weapon trained on the ground. The air feels heavy, like the room itself is holding its breath. Then, from a higher platform above the tanks, a spotlight flicks on. Emonor Ito finally appears in person. He is calm, well dressed, his white suit pristine, his glasses gleaming in the red light, but his eyes are cold and sharp, calculating, the kind of eyes that see living beings not as creatures but as assets. Welcome to the heart of progress, he says, his voice smooth and confident. You should feel honored. Very few outsiders ever set foot into this chamber, let alone survive this long. Angela glares up at him. You are no protector of dinosaurs. You are exploiting them. Ito's smirk widens. Exploiting? No, no, no. Improving. Perfecting. These creatures were once rulers of the earth, but nature has sloppy. I will bring them back in form of stronger, smarter, more efficient. And thanks to your little pet, he gestures towards Nana, trembling in Shin-chan's arms. I know I now have the final genetic key. Shin-chan hugs Nana tightly, shaking his head. No way, mister. Nana is our friend, not some experiment. His voice cracks, but his determination is clear. Ito leans forward, amused. Friend? Don't be ridiculous. That animal is a prototype, a miracle born by accident. She belongs to science. She belongs to me. The trilobite squad steps closer. Their heavy boots clank against the steel floor, echoing like a drumbeat of doom. Kajama almost collapses, muttering, "We cannot fight this many." Nini grips his arms, forcing him to stand straight, even though she's just scared. Wuchan, oddly calm, just stares at Ito, his usual blank expression hiding a quiet uneasy. Billy clenches his feet, his jaw tight. You are playing God with lives you don't understand. Ito chuckles darkly. Understanding is not required. Control is. Imagine it armies of obedient dinosaurs, stronger than tanks, more loyal than soldiers, sold to the highest bidder. Nations will kneel, fortune, power, history, all mine. His words hang in the air with like poison. Angela whispers under her breath, "This is madness." But Shin-chan steps forward, surprisingly everyone. His small figure looks almost tiny compared to the soldiers around him, but his voice rings out clear. Nana does not need to be stronger, smarter, or whatever you want. She just wants to play, eat snacks, and be loved. That's enough. For a moment, the entire room falls silent. Even some of the Trilobite squad exchange uneasy glances. Ito, however, burst into mocking laughter. Charming, truly charming. But love does not conquer the world. Boy, power does. He raises his hand, and suddenly the glass tanks behind him begins to hiss. Once by one they starts to open. The children gasp as the liquid drains out the shadows still within. Baby dinosaur, dozens of them, emerges from the tanks, their eyes glowing faintly from implanted chips. Unlike Nana, their movements are stiff, unnatural, controlled. They are my soldiers, Ito declares proudly. Each one obedient to my commands, and soon your little friend will join them. Nana squeals in fear, burying his head in Shin-chan's chest. The trilobite squad prepared to advance. The children look trapped. Angela tightens her grip on her weapon. Billy cracks his knuckles, and the kids brace themselves. The odds seems impossible, but Shin-chan, despite trembling, takes a deep breath and whispers to Nana, "Don't worry, we won't let them take you." The scene ends with the villain's lance fully revealed. The silence in the underground lab shatters as the first of the modified dinosaurs steps forward. Their claws carve against the steel floor, echoing through the chamber. These creatures should have looked innocent. Steel babies, small in size, but something is went wrong. Their eyes don't blink naturally. Their movements are stiff, just like robot, like puppets controlled by invisible strings. The chiefs glowing faintly under the skin tell the truth. They are no longer free animals, they are weapons. Amunor Ito raises his hand as if he is a conductor before an orchestra. March. He commands smoothly. At once, the baby dinosaurs shuffle forward in a perfect unison. Their small but sharp teeth gleam under the harsh fluorescent lights. The trilobite squad closes the circle, driving Shin-chan and his friends towards the center of the room. Angela steps in front of the kids, her weapon raised. They are just children. You will traumatize them for life? Ito speaks coldly. They will leave, maybe. Then his eyes flick to Shin-chan clutching Nana. But that one, she comes with me. Nana squeals and buries herself deeper into Shin-chan's arm. Shin-chan trembles, but he shouts back, "No way, she's my friend. You cannot have her." Kajama whispers harshly, "We are doomed. There is no escape." Sweat runs down his forehead. But Nini slaps his arm. Even though she is trembling herself, "Don't give up, Kajama. Nana needs us." Her voice cracks, but her spirit is strong. Buchan, as always, looks calm, maybe too calm. He blinks slowly and mutters, "Heavy steps, loud echoes. Dinosaurs are sad." His odd way of speaking makes the others pause. But something in his words rings true. Billy cracks his knuckles, his eyes blazing with determination. "If we do not fight, we'll be taken." The trilobite squad suddenly rushes forward, their boots pounding like drums. Angela swings her weapon, striking down one soldier, while Billy charges into another with a fierce punch. The kids scatter, dodging boots and claws. Shinchan holds Nana tight and ducks behind a console. He peeks out, sees the artificial dinosaur moving closer, their heads twitching unnaturally as if struggling against invisible chains. Nana whines softly, sensing their pain. Then some then something strange happens. One of the modified dinosaurs hesitates. It stops marching, its glowing eyes flickering. Nana still in Shinchan's arms, squeals in a high-pitched, sorrowful sound. The creature responds, lowering its head slightly. For a split second, it looks almost alive again. Ito notices immediately, his calm mask cracking. "No way, me!" He shouts, pressing button on a control device strapped to his wrist. The dinosaur convulses, lets out a discordant cry, and then resumes its stiff march. Angela yells over the chaos. "They are being controlled." Nana's voice can reach them. Shinchan gasps, "Nana, you can save them." Nana nods timidly, almost as if she understands. The battle rags around them, Angela and Billy holding back soldiers, Nini kicking wildly at a trilobite grunt who underestimated her, Kazema using a chair as a shield, and Buchan simply standing in the way of one soldier, who oddly stumbles and falls as if confused by his blank stare. Shinchan realizes this fight is not just about escaping anymore, it's about freezing dinosaurs. He hugs about Nana tighter and whispers, "Okay, let's try together." As Nana lets out another cry, louder this time, more dinosaurs falter. Their glowing eyes flickering, their movements flutter, some even back away, confused, torn between Ito's commands and Nana's natural cry. Ito screams in rage, smashing his fist against the console. "Useless creatures, obey me." His calm, elegant facade is crumbling. The tension builds to a breaking point, Shinchan and Nana beginning to turn the tide, Angela and Billy fighting desperately, the kids refusing to give up, and the villain losing control of his carefully built empire. The air in the underground chamber grows heavy, filled with a mixture of metallic clangs, electronic beeps, and the raw, frightened cries of the young dinosaurs. Shin-chan's arm ached from holding Nana so tightly for so long, but he refuses to let go. His tiny hands squeeze around her warm body as if his grief alone can protect her from the chaos swirling around them. All around the artificial dinosaurs closing, their small claws scratching against the steel floor, their heads jerking in stiff, unnatural movements, their glowing eyes flash brighter as Ito forces his wrist console to maximum power. Sparks even spit from the device, proof of how violently he is pushing his control. But Sinchan and Nana don't give up. The little dinosaur lets out a desperate, high pitched cry that echoes painfully through the lab. It is not just a sound, it's raw emotion, fear, sadness, and a plea for connection. And the impossible begins to happen. One by one, the control dinosaurs hesitate. Their stiff march falters. Their claws scrape slower against the floor. Their heads tilt as if struggling to remember something buried deep inside. Their glowing eyes flicker, not steady anymore, but flashing uncertainly like dying lanterns. Angela notices immediately. She is panting hard from the swinging her weapon against the trilobite squad, sweat dripping down her brow. But her voice burst out with urgency. Shin-chan, keep her calling. She is breaking through. Billy, locked in a first fight with a hulking guard, slams his opponent against the wall and roars, "Yeah, don't stop, it's working." The kids rally around the small miracle. Nana cups her hands around her mouth and shouts, "Come on, Nana, tell them they are not slaves." Kajama, though pale with fear, steels himself and adds, "They are living beings, not machines." Buchan just stands calmly, his eyes half closed, murmuring sad cries reach deep through the heart. His words are quiet but strangely powerful. Ito, however, is not about to lose. His face twists into fury. His perfect composure cracking like shattered glass. He slams his finger across his wrist device, forcing sharp pulses of electricity through the chips embedded in the dinosaur. The creatures convulse in pain. Their cries distorted, torn between Nana's gentle call and Ito's heart's control. Shinchan feels Nana trembling in his arm. She squeals louder, her body shaking as she struggles to resist. Shinchan hugs her even tighter, pressing his cheeks against her scaly skin. "Don't give up, Nana. You are not alone. We are all here." Then something extraordinary happens. A wave of sound, not loud, but deep and resonant, spreads from Nana's throat. It's not just a cry anymore, it's almost like a song, raw and ancient. The sound vibrates through the metal walls, through the soldier's wood, through the very bones of every creature in the room. The controlled dinosaur freeze. Their glowing eyes flicker wildly. They dim one after another. Their steep movements loosen, replaced with natural trembling steps. Their heads lower, their bodies shiver, and soft, pitiful cries escape their throat. It is the sound of children freed from the chains. Angela gasps, tears springing to her eyes. "They are back, Nana. Freed them." Willie grins fiercely, cracking his knuckles. "Now it's our turn." The freed dinosaurs turn no longer enemies but confused allies. They whimper and shuffle towards Shinchan and Nana, forming a protective circle around the children. Ito screams in rage, his voice echoing like a madman. "No, you belong to me. Obey me." He hammered the controls, but sparks explode from the device. The feedback shocks his arm, burning his skin. He stumbles, clutching his wrist in pain. His empire of control is crumbling before his eyes. The trilobite squad, seeing their leader falter, hesitate for the first time. The soldiers exchange uneasy glances. Some lower their weapons, unsure of what to do now. Angela seizes the moment, raising her weapon high. This is our chance. Move. Shin-chan, still holding Nana, looks around at his friends, determination blazing in his usual carefree eyes. Let's go. We can still get out. The battle had shifted. The children, once concerned, now stand at the center of a circle of red dinosaur. Courage glowing brighter than fear. But the first time, the possibility of escape feels real. The lab, once filled with the deafening hum of machinery and the harsh crackle of Ito's control system, now vibrates with the cries of red dinosaur. Their voices echo through the steel corridors and chorus of life reborn. The glow in their eyes has faded, replaced with a softer, more natural sign, as if their souls have finally been returned to them. Shin-chan stands at the center, clutching Nana. His tiny face, usually mischievous and playful, is now dead, serious. He looks at his friend Kajama, Nini, Masao, and Buchan, and each one nods back at him. Their clothes are torn, their faces smudged with dirt, but their spirits burn brighter than ever. Angela lowers her weapon for a moment, looking at Shin-chan with something like awe. That kid, he did what scientists and soldier and technology couldn't. He freed them without nothing but his heart. Billy spits blood to the side, smirking. He's got guts. I'll give them that. But before they can move, a furious roar breaks through the chamber. Ito, his wrist console smoking and sparking, refuses to accept defeat. His once perfect suit is torn, his slicked back hair messy with sweat, his face twisted into pure madness. You think you have won? He screams, his voice, his voice echoing like a blade scraping against steel. These creatures exist because of me. Without me, they are nothing. And without me, you are nothing. He slams his hand down on a nearby panel. Red warning lights flash across the room. Alarms blaring like angry sirens. Heavy shutters begin to close across the exit. Hydraulic locks hiss, sealing the doors with the bone shaking finality. Angela's eyes widen. He's locking us in. Kajama panics, his voice cracking. What do we do if we are trapped here? We'll never get out. Shin-chan frowns, puffing his cheeks in determination. Then we break out before it closes. Billy snarls, grabbing a nearby soldier and tossing him aside. We are not dying here. Move. The freed dinosaur seems to understand the urgency. They gather around Shin-chan and his friend, their bodies tense, ready to protect. A young Triceratops stamps its feet, lowering its head as to say, climb on. Nini eyes wide points. Shin-chan, we can ride them. In a blur of motion, the kids scramble onto the back of dinosaurs. Shin-chan clings to Nana while balancing the dinosaur, Nini behind him, screaming both in fear and excitement. Kajama wobbles on the another dinosaur, shrinking. I don't think this is safe. While Buchan simply sits calmly, his face unreadable. Angela and Billy leap into the fray, fighting off the remaining trilobite squad soldiers as the kids get ready to move. Sparks fly as weapons, glass, and boots skid across the floor. And panicked shouts mix with the roar of dinosaur. Ito, still fuming, slaps his fist against the control panel again, activating massive steel barriers that begin descending from the ceiling. You will never leave. If I cannot have the dinosaur, no one can. The room shakes violently. Machinery groans, pipe burst, sending clouds of steam hissing through the air. The red glow of alarms paints everyone's faces in a hellish light. Shin-chan, his voice, small but firm, shouts over the noise. We have to run now. The dinosaur charges forward, horns smashing against a descending barrier. Metal bends and screeches, sparks exploding as the beast forces its way through. Behind them, other dinosaurs push and shove, creating an opening in the chaos. Angela slashes through a soldier's weapon, her eyes blazing. Go, kids, we'll cover you. Billy grabs a guard by the collar, hurling him into another. Don't look back, just get out. The dinosaurs stumble towards the exit, the ground shaking under their weight. The kids cling tightly, their hair whipping in the wind, their hearts pounding in terror and hope. Ito's voice followed them, filled with hatred and desperation. You cannot escape me. I built this, and I am its God, and you will all die here with me. His words echo like a curse, but for the first time, the children don't tremble. They push forward, guided by courage, by Nana's cries, and by the bond they now share with Dinosaur. The great escape has begun. The steel corridors tremble as the stampede surge forward. Shin-chan and his friends cling to their dinosaur allies, hearts pounding like drums. The alarms wail louder, even red light blinking as if the island itself is screaming in pain. Steam bursts from broken pipes, hissing like snakes in the dark. The smell of burning circuits fills the air. Shin-chan holds Nana close to his chest. The baby dinosaur is crying, its little claws digging into Shin-chan's shirt. He pats Nana's head with a rare seriousness. Don't worry, Nana, we'll get out. Behind them, Angela and Billy fight like warriors, cornered at the gates of hell. Angela moves with sharp precision, her blade flashing in arcs of silver light, disarming soldiers one after another. Billy charges like a beast, feet smashing against armor, sending bodies crashing into walls. Each strike is fueled by rage, not for himself, but for the dinosaurs, for the friends he sought to protect. But then the ground shuddered harder than before. A sound splits the chaos, a low metallic roar, deeper and more meaning than any dinosaur could make. Everyone freezes, their eyes widening in disbelief. From the far end of the chamber, massive steel doors slide open. A blinding light pours out, outlining the silhouette of something monstrous. It storms forward, every step rattling the very bones of the island. Emerges from the shadows, not as the broken man he was moments ago, but standing tall with madness in his eyes. Besides him, Besides him, a towering mechanical beast lumbers into view. It is a fusion of flesh and mechanic, a cybernetic dinosaur, its body covered with armor plating, where snaking through its limbs, glowing red eyes locked on Shin-chan and the others. Gasps ripple through the group. Kajama nearly falls off his dinosaur in shock. What? What is that? Ito spreads his arm, his voice booming with the arrogance of a man who refuses to lose. Behold, my masterpiece. The true evolution of dinosaurs, not bound by nature, not bound by weakness. This is my creation, my weapon, my legacy. The cyber dinosaur roars its cry of mix of primal rays and grinding machinery. Sparks burst from its jaws, and with a sudden flash, it fires a blast of energy down the corridor. The floors erupts in flame, the shockwave throwing soldiers and dinosaurs alike off balance. Nini clings to Shin-chan and screaming, "It's going to kill us!" Shin-chan, despite shaking, glares forward. His little voice rises above the chaos. "No, it won't, because we won't let it." The children, dinosaurs roar in response forming a protective wall around the group. The dinosaurs lowers its horns, the brown and even the smaller dinosaurs wear their teeth. They are no longer captives, they are warriors of their own freedom. Angela's eyes harden as she raises her weapon. That thing, it's an abomination. Willie cracks his knuckles, a feral grind shredding across his bruised face. Then let's smash it. Ito laughs, the sound unhinged, echoing through the collapsing facilities. You fools, do you think you can stand against perfection? This creature was designed to dominate. You are insects beneath its feet. The cyber dinosaur charges, every step shaking the world like thunder. Its shadow swallows Shin-chan and his friends, a mountain of steel and fire bearing down on them. And in that terrifying moment between fear and courage, the children, their dinosaur companions, and their allies steel themselves for the final battle. The fight for survival for Nana and for the very soul of the island has reached its ultimate test. The ground shakes violently as the cyber dinosaur barrels forward. Its glowing red eyes lock on Shin-chan and Nana like a predator hungry for prey. Sparks crackle across its armored plates, electricity pulsing through his metallic veins. The children scream, holding tightly onto their dinosaur companions. Shin-chan's heart races. He knows he is scared, but somewhere deep inside, his courage glimmers. He presses his forehead to Nana's small head. We are not running anymore. We'll fight together. The cyber dinosaur lunges, jaws snapping shut with a deafening clang. Just in time, Kazama's Triceratops charges in front, its massive horns colliding with the beast's armored chest. The impact rings out like steel against steel, sending sparks flying. Kazama yells with determination, though his voice cracks. Push harder, don't let it through. Behind them, Nini's dinosaur swings its colossal tail. The whip like motion slams into the cyber dinosaur's slide, causing its armor plating to dent slightly. The ground quakes with the force, dust raining from the collapsing ceiling. Nini shouts with all her might, tears in her eyes, "Go Bronto, protect everyone." The cyber dinosaurs roars in fury, staggering back before retelling. Its claws swipe in a blur, catching the Triceratops across the flank. The poor creature lets out a pained cry, stumbling as blood mixes with sparks from the torn armor. Kazama nearly falls out, but clings on desperately. Stay with me. You are strong. You can do it. You can take it. Angela leaps into the fray, slashing her weapon against the creature. Sparks burst as a few wires snap, but the beast barely slows down. It swings its massive head, and Angela is plunged backward, rolling across the floor. Billy catches her before she crashes into rubble, his eyes blazing. You hurt her. Now I'll break you. He charges straight at the cyber dinosaur, punching its armored knee with bone cracking force. The impact shakes its balance. The machine leg shuddering from the beast flatters. Billy grinds through bloody teeth. Not so perfect now. Huh? Meanwhile, Shin-chan does not back down. He stands at the very front, clutching Nana as if she is his greatest shield. He raises his tiny arm towards the monstrous creation, his voice trembling but firm. Everyone fighting for you. Nana, you have to fight too. Show them your heart. Nana's eyes glow faintly, a warmth spreading through her small body. She lets out a surprisingly loud roar for her size, a sound that cuts through chaos. It's not a roar for violence, but a defiance of life refusing to be crushed. The other dinosaurs respond instantly, their eyes blazing with unity. Together, the dinosaurs launch a coordinated strike. The Triceratops rams forward, again its horn piercing between the armored plates. The, the Brontosaurus swings its tail like a wrecking ball, smashing against the cyber dino's flank. Smaller dinosaurs leap onto its back, biting at exposed wares, clawing at weak, weak spots. The cyber dinosaur thrashed wildly, its body sparking, tail smashing walls and ceiling beams. Every strike is like a bomb going off, but the children refuses to let go. Ito, standing on the control platform, watches in disbelief. His hands tremble as he slams control, trying to override the beast. His his voice cracked with fury. Obey me, you are my creation. Crush them. But for the first time, the cyber dinosaur hesitates. Its mechanical eyes flickers, its body straining under the combined will of the dinosaurs fighting against it. The bonds between the children and their dinosaur friends are overpowering. The cold commands of Ito. Shin-chan sees the hesitation and seizes the moment. His voice pierces the chaos, stronger than ever. You are not just a machine. You are still a dinosaur. Don't let him control you. The cyber dinosaur freezes, its massive head shaking violently as if battling itself. One eye glowed, the other flickers, faintly with a softer light. The children realize it's struggling, torn between programming and its true nature. Angela, bruised but still standing, whispers urgently, now's the chance, push harder. So it the truth. The dinosaur roared as one, slamming into the cyber beast from all sides. Sparks explode like fireworks, wires rip apart, with, and the armored flatting cracks under the weight of unity. The facility shakes dangerously, ceiling panels falling in showers of debris. Billy roars loudly, then the alarm landing one final devastating punch to the creature's chest. The armor shatters, exposing the beating hybrid core inside. Nana wriggles out of Sanchan's arms, leaps forward tiny claws, reaching towards the exposed core. She cries out a sound so pure, so full of life that even the monstrous machine flutters. The cyber dinosaur stops thrashing, its eyes trembling, confused, and then slowly the red light fades. It lowers its head, as if recognizing Nana's call. For the first time, silence spreads across the battlefield. Ito's face twitches in horror. No, no, obey me, I am your master. But the cyber dinosaur turns its gaze towards him, not as a weapon, but as a living being, breaking free of chains. And that moment, the villain realized his nightmare, his perfect creation, has chosen freedom over control. The tide of battle has shifted, but the danger is far from over. The air inside the underground facility feels heavier now, filled with smoke, sparks, and the rumbling echoes of destruction. The cyber dinosaur, once the symbol of Ito's power, stands silently in the center. Its chest still glows faintly where Nana touched it, but the red eyes are gone, replaced by a calm, uncertain glow. Shin-chan, breathing hard and drenched in sweat, clutches Nana close again. His small voice trembles but carries relief. See, you are not just a weapon, you are one of us. The other kinds, the other kids gather around. Kajama is shaky but holding tight to his triceratops, which limps from injuries but still stands strong. Nini strokes the neck of the Brontosaurus, whispering reassurance like a mother calming her child. Even the Masao and Boo, who had been the most scared, smiled weakly through their exhaustion, their eyes shining with pride at their dinosaur companions. For a fleeting moment, there is peace, but then a furious scream shatters it. It was standing above the on the control platform, slams his feet on the console, his glasses cracked, his hair deceived. No, this is impossible. Gave your power beyond imagination. And do you choose their brats over me? You are mine to command. His videos, his voice shakes, not with strength, but with desperation. He slams another lever, and alarms immediately begin blaring. Warning lights flash across the facility walls. The giant screen displays a single red message: self destruction initiated. The ground shakes violently, steel beams groan, and the cracks races across the ceiling. The cyber dinosaur lets out a confused roar, stepping back as explosions ripple through the walls. Angela's eyes widen in horror. That maniac is going to bury us all down here. Billy curses under his breath, clenching his fists. We are running out of time. We have to get everyone out now. But Itos refuses to let go of his madness. He clings to the console like a drowning man to driftwood, his face twisted. If I cannot have victory, then none of you will live alive. I'll take you all with me. Shin-chan looks up at him, not with fear, but with surprising sadness for all his childhood foolishness. His words got deep. You never understood. Dinosaurs are not tools, they are friends. That's why you lost. Ito screams in frustration, his voice echoing like a broken man. He hammers the console one last time, but the cyber dinosaur turns towards him. Its steps are slow, deliberate, shaking the platform as it approaches. No longer a puppet, it acts on its own will. The villain stumbles back. No, stay away. I created you. But the massive beast lowers its head, not in obedience but in rejection. With a single sweep of its tail, it smashes the control platform. Console, wires, and Ito himself are thrown across the chamber. The man screams as he falls into the wreckage below, swallowed by fire and smoke. Silence follows, broken only by the sound of distant explosion. The giant is gone. The children are left staring in shock. But there is no time to dwell. The facility groans louder. Entire walls collapsing. Angela pulls Shin-chan by the arm. Come on, kid, the whole place is coming down. We move now. The group runs, their dinosaurs guiding the way. Brontosaurus lower its neck, letting the kid climb on. Triceratops limps but charges ahead, clearing rubble with its horns. Smaller dinosaurs nip at the children's heels, urging them to move faster. Shin-chan holds Nana tightly against his chest. Despite the chaos, he smiles through his dirt-covered face. Don't worry, Nana, we'll see the sky again. The the cyber dinosaur, scared but free, follows behind them. It smashes through barriers, carving an escape path as it protecting the very children in once haunted. Each step shakes the collapsing lab but also clears the way to freedom. At last, sunlight appears. Ahead, a gaping hole where part of facility has collapsed upward. The outside world waits beyond, glowing golden as the evening sun breaks through dust and smoke. One by one, the children and their dinosaurs burst out of the crumbling lab, emerging into the open air. The wind hits their faces, fresh and alive. They collapse onto the grass, coughing but laughing, tears of relief mixing with sweat. Behind them, the cyber dinosaur steps into sunlight for the first time. It gazes at the sky, eyes glowing softly before letting out a roar that echoes through the valley. not a roar of rage, but one of liberation. The lab collapses entirely behind it, burying the dark chapter of Ito's madness once and for all. Shin-chan lying on the ground and looking up the sky whispers tiredly, "We did it." Nana cuddles into him, creeping softly as if agreeing. But the adventures is not over yet. The dinosaurs are free now, and a new question looms: what will become of them and of the strange bond between humans and creatures of the past? The kids know one thing for certain: life will never be the same again. The sun slowly dips across the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, red, and soft purple. The storm of chaos has ended, but the world still feels shaken. The children sit scattered across the grassy field, their small bodies trembling from the exertion yet glowing with relief. Shin-chan lies flat on his back, staring up at the painted sky. His round cheeks rise and fall with heavy breaths. His clothes are torn, smeared with dirt and soot, but his eyes sparkle with stubborn life. Beside him, Nana rests, her small body curled like a baby bird, exhausted after all the chaos. Her eyes flutter, as if caught between sleep and wakefulness. Sinchan turns his head gently and whispers, "You are safe now, we are safe." His voice carries not the usual playfulness, but the tone of a child who has glimpsed true danger and survived it. Nearby, Kajama sits hugging his triceratops, his usually sharp and frightful expression melted into a soft, vulnerable smile. His dinosaur, though limping from injuries, leans against him like a loyal dog. Kajama mutters almost to himself, "I thought I was wrong because I studied hard. But in the end, it was this bond saved us." His voice cracks, a rare admission of weakness and growth at the same time. Nini kneels beside her, Brontosaurus gently stroking its rough skin with the care of a mother. Tears roll freely down her cheeks, but she does not wipe them away. Her voice trembles as she whispers, "You carried us through it all. Thank you." Her dinosaur lowers its long neck, nuzzling her softly, sealing their connection between words. Masao, the timid one, sits trembling, still clutching his little dinosaur like a plush toy. His wide eyes dart to the ruins of the lab, where smoke rises like a scar in the distance. He murmurs in awe, "We are really lived through that." For once, this is no fear in his voice, only wonder. Boo, ever quiet, presses his cheek against his dinosaur companion and hums softly. No words, but his presence brings calm to the grove. The other glance at him, and even the silence, he seems to reassure them that things will be okay. Angela stands a short distance away, her eyes fixed on the horizon. Her strong exterior falters as she allows herself a moment of softness. She whispers under her breath, perhaps to the children or perhaps to herself, "You kids, you did more than most adults could." Billy sit across legged, his rugged hands resting on his knees, his face unreadable, but his eyes warm. He gives a small smirk. "Yes, I misjudged you, brat. You are tougher than you look." His words are gruff, but the respect in his tone is undeniable.
Dinosaurs have always been a source of fascination in pop culture, and Crayon Shinchan, our dinosaur diary, uses them as both a storytelling tool and a symbol of childhood wonder. In the movie, several iconic dinosaurs are introduced. Triceratops, a mighty plant eater with three sharp horns, a large bony frill. It looks intimidating, but in the movie it shows gentle behavior when interacting with Shin-chan and friends. It, it represents the idea that strength does not always mean aggression. Try Tyrannosaurus rex, the king of dinosaurs, shows us a terrifying predator. Its roar shakes the land, and its presence adds real danger. For Shin-chan, this becomes both a source of comedy and suspense, and he constantly finds silly ways to escape. Stegosaurus, recognizable by its back plates and spiked tail. It is portrayed as defensive and unpredictable. It teaches the kids a lesson. Wild animals must be respected. Brachiosaurus, one of the tallest dinosaurs, portrayed as majestic and gentle. When Shinchan sees it for the first time, his goofy amazement captures exactly what many viewers feel a sense of awe. T- Pre- Pteranodons, flying reptiles soaring in the skies, they add excitement and danger from above. Their swooping scenes bring visuals variety and keep the prehistoric world alive. And finally, the baby dinosaurs, the emotionally center of the movie. This little creature is not just cute, but represent innocence, trust, and the bond between humans and animals. Sinchan and his friends feed it, protect it, and learn responsibility. Through it, the bond makes the story more heartfelt. In short, each dinosaur is carefully chosen to bring a unique mood. Some inspire fears, some wonder, and some laughter. While real dinosaurs provide the emotional weight, the villain raises the stakes. With mechanical monsters, robots, dinosaurs designed for control and domination. These robot dinosaurs are different from the natural ones. Shin-chan befriends. They are cold, calculated, but built for destruction. Unlike the living dinosaurs, they do not hesitate. They do not feel fear. They do not stop until ordered. Robotic Triceratops, unlike its peaceful real counterpart, this machine is armored like a tank with reinforced metal horns and charging ability. It symbolizes how technology can twist nature's beauty into a weapon. Robot raptors, smaller but faster. These are like mechanical shoulders. In the movie, they are unleashed in pack, overwhelming Shin-chan and his friends. Robot Tri- Triceratops, the centerpiece of the villain's arsenal, huge, terrifying, and armed with official strength. Unlike the living techs, which still obeys natural instincts, these robotic versions follows direct commands, make it more dangerous. The contract is clear. While real dinosaurs represent the mystery of nature, the robot dinosaurs represent human arrogance and misuse of technology. Now comes the fascinating question. Could such robot dinosaurs actually exist in the real world? With modern science and artificial intelligence, it is possible that one day we will create mechanical versions of these prehistoric giants. The short answer is yes. In this in some form, though with limitations, let's explore. Modern robotics has already created machines that can mimic animal movements. For example, Boston Dynamics has created robots like Spot, a robot dog, and Atlas, a humanoid that can run, jump, and flee. Robotic arms and exoskeletons have advanced to the point of lifting heavy loads. Using similar principles, engineers could design robot dinosaurs with hydraulic systems for strength and advanced joints for movement. Already, theme parks in Japan, the US, and China have life sized animatronic dinosaurs that move and roar, but these are mostly limited to simple movements. The true leap would be giving robot dinosaurs AI brains. Current AI can progress image, navigate space, and make decisions. Imagine combining computer vision used in self driving cars with robotics. A robot raptor could chase targets, avoid obstacles, and even hunt in packs using swarm AI algorithms. Predator behavior could be simultaneous. Pack coordination, like velociraptors, could be achieved with AI driven communications. Learning patterns where the robots improve over time is already possible with machine learning. One major challenge is energy. A life sized robotic dinosaur would need enormous power. Batteries today are not advanced enough for hours of free movement. Future solutions may include nuclear microreactors, ultra dense batteries, or wireless charging, though electromagnetic field. Here where the danger lies. Creating such machines could be revolution- revolutionary for education, theme parks, and scientific study. But in the wrong hands, weaponized robot dinosaurs could become a real world nightmare, just like in the movie. In our dinosaur diary, the filmmakers are not just showing cool action, they are sending a message. Real dinosaurs, natural wonder, childhood dreams, emotional connection. Robotic dinosaurs, human greed, technological arrogance, the risk of losing touch with nature. This contrast is powerful. Shin-chan and his friends bond with living creatures, while the villain hides behind lifeless machines. The movie shows us that no matter how advanced our technology becomes, it cannot replace the authenticity of life. Looking ahead, here are some realistic scenarios. Education and museums. Imagine visiting a science center where robotic dinosaurs walk around freely, interacting with children and teaching them history. AI would allow them to answer questions, move naturally, and even role play. Rescue missions. Some engineers suggest using dinosaurs inspired robots in disaster zones. For example, a long neck brachiosaurus robot could be designed to reach high places or carry supplies. Military applications, unfortunately, history shows that powerful machines often get weaponized. A robot trucks built for military use would be terrifying, not just for enemies, but for humanity itself. So while our dinosaurs diary presents robot dinosaurs as pure fantasy, the truth is that we are already halfway there. With AI, robotics, and engineering advancing rapidly, machi- mechanical dinosaurs with independent decision making could exist within the next 50 years. In conclusion, Crayon Shin-chan, our dinosaur diary, may be comedy adventure on the surface, but it cleverly reflects two sides of humanity futures: the beauty of embracing life and nature, and the danger of replacing it with machines. The real dinosaurs in the movie remind us wonder, innocence, and emotional connection. The robot dinosaurs remind us of control, arrogance, and the cold logic of unchecked technology, greed. And the big question lingers: when humans one day build AI powered robot dinosaurs, will they be used for education and wonder or for destruction? That choice, like in the movie, lies with us.